Hi everybody, it's Deeslater with Create with D. Welcome to our live at 5 on Wednesday nights. So happy that you're here joining me. As you come on, I would love it for you to say hi, let me know where you're watching from. And as always, if you haven't already, I would invite you to either subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on Facebook, and after this video, if you like the project, I'd really appreciate a heart or a thumbs up. And just let me know in the comments what you think about it. Okay, well, tonight's class is going to be a fun fold class. And it's going to be featuring the new suite called the Zoo Crew suite. And it's going to use the paper and the Zany Zoo bundle here. Okay, I'm going to turn the camera around and we'll get started. All righty. So today's class, what it's going to be is a fun fold. And so when we open it up, it's got this look here. So it's got a little side flap this way. And then when you close it, it closes over front. And it's kind of loose just because of how it is. So you either need a belly band or you need to tie it down. And tonight we are going to tie it down. Okay. So let's go ahead and we'll get started doing this class. Oh, and if this is a class that you would like to get the kits for, it is free with a $35 order. I'll have this information up here at the end as well. And I'll talk a little more about the cards at the end of it. All right. So let's go ahead and we will get started making our very cute little Zoo Crew Fun Fold card. Okay. Let's see here. Oops. Forgot to get my scoring tool over here. All right, so for the materials that we're going to need here tonight, I'm using for the card base, we're going to start with a piece of basic black. This is cut at 5.5 by 5.5. We're going to need another piece of basic black. This is cut at 7 by 4.5. Some layering pieces here from the designer paper from the Zoo Crew designer paper. This is 3 3/4 by 4 1/4. A strip of that same designer paper, 3/4 by 5. And it looks like I need to get a few more pieces cut. Oh my goodness, just a quick second. Not quite ready, evidently. Almost there. Sorry. All right. Oops. Need another layering piece of basic white. This is 1 by 5 1/4. And we're going to need another piece of basic white cut at 4 by 5 1/4. Let me grab one of those real quickly. Okay. Here we go. All right, now I'm all set. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to do a couple of scoring here first. We are going to, along the 5.5 side, of course, this is a square. We are going to score at 1 1/4. Okay, and then we're going to take our 7 by 4.5, and along the 7-inch side, we're going to score at 3.5. Okay, so we've got that scoring. Right, so let's go ahead and we'll get our bone folder out. Get a nice crisp edge. And I'll go ahead and fold this while we're at it. All right, I'm going to get my liquid glue and we'll do some layering with our designer paper and our matting piece. Going to go ahead and, oh my gosh, that is so not right. All right, I took a little bit off of that. Again, this needs to be 3/4 by 5 inches. And then we're going to layer that onto the left-hand side. And we'll go ahead and put that here. And I'm going to use my bone folder, get a nice great contact. Now this layering piece here, again, this is 4 by 5 1/4. We're just going to put that on the inside of the card base and accent that. Oops. Okay. We're going to be putting this like such onto the card, or the card base. And so what we want to do is when we close it like a book, we want the book to open up from left to right, okay? And so I'm going to go ahead and put glue on the back side. And this is going to get centered onto the inside of our card. Okay. And now let's do some stamping. Just a little bit of stamping here tonight. Going to really have the highlight of this to really be the designer paper Zoo Crew. But I'm going to use the sentiment here that's called You're Too Wonderful. And I've got some Pool Party. And I'm just going to ink that up and stamp that in the middle. You're too wonderful. And that's all I'm going to use that for right now. A little glue on the back side of it, and this is going to go on the inside. Now we're going to take the designer paper, and I'm going to use this flower side. And we're going to go ahead and put this up here. The flowers go every which way, so there's really not a direction on this. All right, so what we want to do is we're going to put down the ribbon before we do our embellishment on the top. And so in order to do that, I'm going to use tear and tape both on the front and on the back to anchor down our ribbon. And I want to go, because I'm going to put the embellishment in the middle, I'm going to only do the tear and tape about halfway, halfway through, or here's the card. I don't want it to go all the way because I want to be able to tie the ribbon here. I'm going to stop it at the edge. And I like to do that one first. So however much that you need, I'm going to say that this is a good 18-20 inches that I'm going to use here tonight. And I'm not quite sure why my comments aren't coming up here, but I will, if anybody's watching, I will respond to the comments later on. So let's give myself plenty of ribbon here. All right, so I like to go ahead and first take the top part of it off. So I'll get my Take Your Pick tool. This helps me get started with the tear and tape. And let's see here, I want to even this up. Okay, and then line it up here and put it over the tear and tape. Again, I'm not going quite all the way to the edge. Now I'm going to come back to the back side of it, because since this is kind of acting as our belly band, I want to make sure it's nice and secure. And I'm going to put tear and tape all along the back side. And then that way the ribbon is not going to move. And if I put it on the front, this kind of gives me the guide of where to put it on the back side. And get that kind of pressed down. And then we'll kind of go up. Thanks, Pam. I'm glad that you liked the card. And then we're going to head and put this on the back. So that ribbon is just that 1/4 of an inch, and it's perfect with the tear and tape. Okay, so now we have that element ready to go. All right, ahead of time, what I've done is with the layering circle die, I've die cut out a scallop circle out of basic black. And I've also, from the Zany Zoo dies, I've die cut out the little flowers. There's two shapes of flowers, and balmy blue and petal pink. And I just kind of wanted to show you these cute characters in this Zany Zoo. In the paper, I think there's 4 sheets that have characters. So, and they, and each sheet has different themes. Like here's a sheet that all of these characters are dancing, for example. We're going to be using that one. There's one that's a musical one. So like just a little snippet of that. I'll show you. There's a birthday one. As you can see, I've been playing around with this one quite a bit. Let's kind of just show you this. Here's a birthday one. There's one that's got camping or outdoors. And then there's one that has crafts on it. I haven't played around with the craft images just yet, but there's like activities as far as like cooking and painting, some meditation, reading, knitting, a bunch of fun things. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this cute little hippo image, and I'm going to use the new circle punch that's available. It's in the annual catalog. It's a 2 3/8 inch circle punch. What I did is I trimmed just a little bit off of the top so that I could come in with the circle and line it up with the hippo. And so again, I might have taken just a little bit off. So as you do your, like if you want to use circle punches or whatever, you might have to trim just a little bit to get the neck of it in. Or you can trim around and then punch it that way. But I just took a little bit off of the top, and I'm going to line her up so that I've got her feet and her head, and that just gets me there. Okay, so there's our cute little hippo. And what I did for this, I hope that you can see this. What I did is I took my balmy blue, the light blend, and I outlined her, and just to give her a little definition. So hopefully you can see the difference there. And so why don't we go ahead and do that first. So again, I'm going to take the light balmy blue and going to anchor down those lines that she's doing her ballet move on. I don't know if you call that on, like, I don't know anything about ballet dance moves or anything about dance moves, but looks like she's on point on one of the feet. Anybody knows what that's called when you're just on one tippy toe on dance, let me know. And so I'm just kind of going around with that blue just to it kind of pops our little cute dancer off of the screen that way. All right, so now I'm going to take our liquid glue again. And so the paper is so fast to do these kind of images, whether you punch them out, die cut. I did want to show that like there's 4 of the characters that you can die cut, or 5. There's like the turtle that sings. You've got the alligator on the bike is one. Here's a raccoon with balloons, llama knitting, and then I think the little cheetah ballet dancer. So you can die cut those off of the paper as well as stamp and color. All right, so let's get our dancing cute little hippo on here. Oops. And for this one, I do want to add some Stampin' Dimensionals. And let's see here where she's at. For this, I'm going to kind of leave the center, what do I want to say, open. That way the ribbon is going to go right in between there. The ribbon, you know, isn't really moving since we put it down with the tear and tape. but we'll do that. And let's see, she's going to go right like this. Super cute. And now let's get our little embellishments. Last week when I was making that box, the top part of the daisy, the yellow part, I couldn't find it. And I thought, oh, I didn't punch it. I didn't die cut it out. Well, when I was finishing up the video and I moved my chair here, it had flung out of the envelope and it was on the floor. And so I thought this time I'm going to start putting things in a little Ziploc bag so I can find them. Okay, so again, I die cut out the balmy blue and the petal pink using the two little flowers that were in there. And you can use whatever glue that you like. I'm starting to use fine tip glue again. It had been a moment since I had done that. And oh, actually, I take that back. I will do that on the inside. Let's do the inside here first. So I'm going to do, since I have the glue open, I'm going to go ahead and use the fine tip glue pen. It gives you a little more control of where that you want to put the glue on that. It's just like it describes. It's a little fine tip, and it really comes into play with these smaller little die pieces. Like we've got a lot of little branches and leaves that we glue down anymore. And so that's kind of a, whoops. Well, that one landed there. We'll let it go. Okay, we'll have those. And then on the balmy blue, what I'm going to use is the mini dimensionals. And as you can see, it does have a hole that's there, but I'm okay with using the mini glue dots over top of it because we're going to add rhinestones to it later on. All right, so I'll take the backing off of those. And then that's going to go up here. And we'll have that kind of like so, just a little bit offset. And we'll get our rhinestone basic jewels. And go ahead and let's see, I gotta do one of the larger ones on the large and then one of the smaller ones for the small flower. And then like this is already colored in the paper, this little balmy blue flower here, but let's go ahead and we'll put a gem in the center of it. And then on the inside, we can go ahead and jazz up the inside too if we want, which why not? It's going to be super cute. I'll come in and do a third flower over there since mine kind of got a little, it landed where it wanted to land. All right, now that all that's left is to tie up our bow. So we'll go ahead and do that right now. So, and then that really helps it too when we use the tear and tape to anchor it down into place. It makes tying the bow super easy. And then let's cut a little bit of the tail off that we don't want. And that one looks good. And there's our card for tonight. So for class, what you would do is you would get 4 card bases, and you would get a variety of the paper to make from the Zoo Crew designer paper pack to make your own combination. So you might have the dancing paper, and then you'd have something that would have 4 of the different characters in it, something that you would be able to either punch or die cut out. I did want to show you another card that I made using this. This one's another fun fold, super easy. This time what I did is, this is that same dancing paper, and our little cheetah or leopard, whichever character that is, there's a die cut for that. So I was able to die cut her out. And then this paper, since it's black and white, I don't know if you can see that, but I did color the flowers using my balmy blue marker as well. So you could color the flowers if you wanted to. All right, super short class here tonight, but I wanted to really share with you this adorable fun fold. And again, you kind of open it up and you have this. You would even have room over here if you wanted to, attach a gift card or something like that. All right, let me turn the camera back around. All right, everybody, I hope that you have a great Wednesday night, and I will see you guys all here next week. And again, if you're interested in the class, here's the information. You can pause rewatch the video and pause the information at the beginning or the end of the video. I also have the information on the descriptions here in just a little bit. All right, have a great evening. Happy crafting. Bye-bye.